Hello, my name is Stephanie Kane, and we're here again. We're going to do another 45-minute yoga flow class. It's a vinyasa flow. Again, trying to disconnect. So coming down onto your mat, coming into that child's pose. Your toes are touching, knees out to the side, keeping your pelvis tucked under. Just the practice of once you come down to that mat, that forehead comes down to your mat. Absolutely nothing else matters. The date with yourself. Taking in that deep inhale as a community, feeling your bellies rise, not just your chest. And then sigh that breath out loud, not letting go. Taking in another deep inhale. And again, sigh that breath out loud your mouth. Locking down your throat, starting that Ujjayi breath, that victorious breath. It's a deep inhale through your nose. And then exhale through your nose. Find the rhythm and the pattern of your Ujjayi breath. That breath is deeper than the shallow breath we breathe all day long. Maybe locking down the rest of your bondage, your pelvic floor, that Kegel muscle which draws your floating rib cage upwards. Taking 3 more breaths in your child's pose. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, ignite into those palms, walking them back up through your torso, taking those feet out to the right side and coming to a seat onto your mat. Drawing that right leg in, followed by your left. Finding both sits bones onto that mat. We have that core locked down on your next inhale, releasing that right palm out to the side, taking that left up to the sky. And then on that exhale, slowly coming down to your lateral stretch. Maybe that forearm comes down to the mat. You stop in your body until you just stop. Reaching through those left fingertips. Taking 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. On that next inhale, rising, taking that left palm back up to the sky, pushing to that right, releasing that left palm onto your mat. Taking that right back up in the sky, and then on that exhale, come down onto your left side. Reaching to those right fingertips. Maybe that gaze goes up to the sky, and taking 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, slowly taking those palms back up to the sky, reaching through your fingertips. And then exhale your palms into your heart center. Let's close our eyes here and just take a moment to set your intention for your practice. Whatever brings you to your mat, that's what you keep in mind. Just honor your body and listen to it. Taking your palms to your forehead, sealing your practice. And then back down to your heart center. On that next inhale, blinking those eyes open, coming into a little back bend. We're going to release our palms behind us. Fingers are pointing to the back of the room. On that next inhale, feel your shoulders rolling. To have that chest opener, pushing through your palms. Not forcing, just going as far as your body will allow. And then taking 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, rising back to your center. And exhale, placing those palms onto your knees, coming into those twists. Inhale. And then on your exhale, twist to your left side, maybe taking that right palm to your left knee, twist. Inhale, back into your heart center. And then exhale, opposite side, twisting to your right. One more time on each side. Inhale, back into your center. And then exhale, twist to your left. Inhale, back into your center. And then exhale, twisting over to your right. Inhale back into your center. And exhale. On your next inhale, walking out, calling your palms into that tabletop. Stacking your shoulders over your wrists, your knees are under your hips, preparing for those cow cats. And you're not in a hurry, so do not rush through. Inhale, rounding out your stomach, taking that gaze up the sky. And then exhale, coming into your cat. Flow with your breath to movement. Inhale into your cows. And exhale into your cats. 3 more cow cats, your breath to movement. Inhale, rise into your cow. And then exhale into your cat. 2 more. One last cow cat. Exhale into that cat. Inhaling into that tabletop. Gaze is out in front of you and exhale. So on that next inhale, you're going to take that right foot out, flexing through that foot, pushing through that heel, lock your core down. If available, you're going to take out that left arm, reaching through those left fingertips. So pushing through that right heel, reaching through those left fingertips. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Taking in one last deep inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, you're going to take that right leg out to the side and that left palm, or you can leave that left palm into your mat, flexing through that foot, reaching through those left fingertips. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One last deep inhale and exhale. We inhale, try to mindfully take that back. Reach and lengthen, and then exhale. Take that palm, that knee back down to your mat. Take a breath here, inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, pushing through that left foot, drawing that left leg up, push through that left heel, flex through that foot. Find this first. If available to you, then taking out that right palm. Reach with those fingertips and push through that left heel. Inhale, and if the wind knocks you out of your pose, you come back to it. Taking another breath here, inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, you're going to take that out to the side, taking that left leg out the side, right palm. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. One last deep inhale and exhale. Inhale back into center. And then exhale, try to mindfully place that palm, that knee back down to your mat. Taking a breath here, inhale and exhale. Curl up over those toes, pushing into a downward dog. So that sits bones up to the sky, trying to melt your heels to the mat. Gaze is in between your legs. Inhale, bend that right knee. Straighten that left leg, take it all the way to the back of the room, and then exhale, opposite side. Inhale and exhale. Bringing that downward dog to a still, fully pushing back into your downward dog. Inhale, walk those palms back towards those feet. Preparing for that ragdoll. If you're new, you struggle in a forward fold, just stay here, stopping your body till you stop and try to release the crown of your head to the earth. Opposite palms to your elbow. Swaying to that right side and then over to your left. Inhale. And exhale. Taking 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Bringing your ragdoll to a still, releasing those palms back into your mat. Walk back up into your downward dog. And then fully push back into that downward dog. You can take that right leg up into the sky or leave it on your mat. Inhale, rise, and then come to your high plank, just rolling over those toes, stacking your shoulders over your wrist, gaze out in front of you, and then exhale back into your downward dog, releasing that right leg onto your mat. Inhale, left leg up into the sky or leave it onto your mat, just roll over into your high plank. And then exhale back into your downward dog, releasing that left leg onto your mat. One more time on each side. Inhale, rise, high plank. Exhale back into your downward dog. Inhale, high plank, taking that left leg or leaving it onto your mat. And then exhale back into your downward dog. Releasing that left leg back to your mat, fully push back into your downward dog. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, tippy toe to the top of your mat. Bringing your feet hip width apart. And exhale. Placing that right palm in the center of your feet. Inhale. And then on that exhale, twist from your waist, taking that left palm gaze up to the sky. Reaching for those fingertips. Taking 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reaching for those left fingertips, placing them down where your right palm is. And then exhale, twisting from that waist, taking that right palm and gaze up to the sky. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reach those right fingertips, placing them down onto your mat. And simply exhale. On that next inhale, heel toe your feet together to where your toes are touching. Your heels are slightly apart. That is for basic anatomy. So if we are not basic, we're variations. Find your foundation. On that next inhale, lift up your toes. Find the 3 points of contact of your foot and mat, the big toe mound, pinky toe mound, heel toe mound. On that next inhale, come into your half lift toes back to your mat waist and your toes lengthen through your spine. That gaze is out in front of you. Half lift. Exhale, stay here. Taking in one last deep inhale. And then exhale, come to your forward fold. Hinge from your waist. Try to release the crown of your head to the earth. Bend your knees if you need. Come to your forward fold. Taking in one last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, planting those palms into your mat. Step that right foot back into a high plank, followed by that left. If you need, drop to your knees, finding your high plank. And then on that next inhale, we try to slowly lower ourselves down with that breath, keeping those elbows rolled into your side. We try to get our chin there first and tucking those toes last. Inhale, rise to your baby cobra. Using those back muscles, gaze up to the sky, and then exhale back down to your mat. Inhale, rise to your baby cobra. 10% of that weight is in your palms. Use those back muscles. Exhale back down to your mat. Inhale to that full cobra, pushing through your palms. Round out your spine. Get those shoulders away from your ears. And then exhale. Slowly lower yourself back down to your mat. One more time. Inhale, rise. You can rise into a cobra, upward facing dog. Upward facing dog. You're just coming up onto those toenail beds. Rounding up that spine, and then exhale, roll over your toes. Come to that downward dog. Fully push back into your downward dog. On your next inhale, taking that right foot to the top of your mat, come to that warrior one. Align your body, that back foot comes at that angle, your heels are aligned. Coming all the way up. Basic anatomy is 45 degrees on that back foot, 90, and again, we are not basic, we're all variations. So ground that back pinky toe mound line into your mat. Try to square your hips to the top of your mat, not forcing anything. Coming to your warrior one. Reaching to those fingertips. Taking in one last inhale. And then exhale, coming to your warrior two. Cartwheeling that left palm underneath. Those hips are open now. Squeezing those shoulder blades together. Reaching through those fingertips. Inhale, reverse warrior, flipping that right palm. Exhale back into your warrior two. Inhale, reach and lengthen, preparing for an extended side angle. So release on the exhale, take that right palm on the inside of that right foot, grounding that back pinky toe mound line into the mat. So your hips stay stacked over one another. And if this is too much, just take that right elbow to that right knee. You find your extended side angle. Maybe taking those left palms to the sky, reaching to those fingertips. You can always take them to the top of your mat. Taking in 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Taking that gaze down to your mat. Inhale, flipping that right palm, coming into your reverse warrior. Exhale back into that warrior two. Trikonasana, inhale, straighten that front leg. If you have a hurt knee, you have to listen to your body, have a bend in it. I like to teach lifting up your toes, activating those flexor muscles, protecting your joints. So we inhale, reach and lengthen. And then on that exhale, you're hinging from your waist, like pouring a teapot out, be mindful. Keeping those hips stacked over one another, always mindful of your foundation. It's like you're shoved in between 2 panes of glass, reaching to those left fingertips, spreading them wide. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Take that gaze down to your mat. You're flipping that right palm, coming all the way back to that variation of reverse warrior. Exhale back into your warrior two, bending that front knee. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Reach into those fingertips. And take a breath here. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, reach and lengthen. Preparing for a balancing warrior. And exhale. Inhale, reach and lengthen a little bit more, maybe trying to come up off that left leg. Your hips are open. And if you fall out of your pose, the wind knocks you out of your pose, you come back to it. Taking in one last deep inhale. And exhale. Re-inhale, try to take your palms to your heart center, flamingoing that left leg up to the top of your mat. Finding your tree. So your tree, that foot is onto your ankle. You can take it up onto your thigh. Or if that is too much, take your toes into your mat, rotating that hip open, and bring that heel to the inside of your ankle. Palms to your heart center. On that next inhale, we rise, growing those branches. Spreading your fingers wide. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, take those palms back into your heart center. Try to flamingo that left leg back up, flex into your foot. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale into that half lift. Exhale, forward fold, planting those palms near your mat. That next inhale, step that left foot back into your high plank, followed by your right. Stack your shoulders over your wrist and just take a breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come into your cobra or your upward facing dog. And then exhale into that downward facing dog, rolling over your toes, not stomping your feet into that mat, protect your spine. Fully push back into that downward dog. Gaze is in between your legs. And just take 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Re-inhale. Take that left foot to the top of your mat for that warrior one. You take that left foot, that back foot, align your heels, grounding that back pinky toe mound line into your mat, coming all the way up. Again, you're trying to square your hips to the top of that mat and not forcing anything. Finding your warrior one. Taking in one last deep inhale. And then on that exhale, warrior two. Opening up those hips, squeeze those shoulder blades together, reach into those fingertips, inhale, reverse warrior, flipping that left palm, coming all the way back. Exhale, back into that warrior two. Inhale, reach and lengthen. And then exhale, coming into your extended side angle. Placing that left palm on the inside of that left foot, or maybe that left elbow just comes to that left knee, because that's enough for you. You have to listen to your body. Again, not letting your hips come out of stack. You want that pinky toe line rounded into your mat, reaching to those right fingertips. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Gaze down to your mat. Inhale, flipping that left palm. Come all the way back into your reverse warrior. Exhale back into that warrior two. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Prepare for your triangle pose, your trikonasana. And again, lift up those toes. Have a slight bend if you need. Listen to your body. Inhale, reach and lengthen. And then exhale, handshake from your waist. Taking that left palm on the inside of that left foot. Stacking those hips over one another, reaching to those right fingertips. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Taking that gaze down to your mat. Inhale, flip that left palm. Come all the way back into that variation of reverse warrior. Exhale back into that warrior two, bending that front knee, finding that warrior two. Just take a breath here, inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, reach and lengthen, leaning forward. Working on that balancing warrior. On that next inhale, maybe coming up off that right leg and trying to find that balance. Your hips are open, flexing through that back foot. And again, if the wind knocks you out of your pose, you come back to it. You have this. Taking in one last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, try to flamingo that right leg up to the top of your mat. Take your palms into your heart center, coming into your tree. So you can place again that foot onto your thigh, onto your shin, never onto your knee. Or if you've done enough, or you've done too much with your body, or you're tired, take those toes, plant those roots, just rotating that hip open, and release that ankle, or the heel onto your ankle. Palms to your heart center. Inhale, rising up, growing those branches. And maybe spreading them out, reaching through your fingertips. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, try to take those palms back into your heart center, release. Flamingo that right leg all the way up, flexing through your foot. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale into that half lift. Exhale, forward fold, planting those palms in the mat. That next inhale, step that right foot back into your high plank, followed by that left. And we are not in a hurry. Find that high plank. On your next inhale, you either drop down to your knees, inhale to that cobra, or come into your upward facing dog. And then exhale into that downward facing dog. Again, rolling over those toes, fully push back into your downward dog. Just taking 3 breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. When you inhale, take that right foot up to the top of your mat. Find your low lunge. Stacking that knee over that ankle. And then maybe dropping down that left knee and tucking those toes. So you feel like here, you go a little further. You want to go further into your hips. You could slide that left leg back, but make sure that right knee doesn't go back with it. You keep that over your ankle. Be mindful how you're moving your body. Taking that right palm on the inside. So if you feel that here, you go no further. Maybe possibly trying to come down onto your forearms. You're still keeping that 3 points of contact with that right foot in your mat, hugging that right thigh into your rib cage. Still maintaining that breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. and exhale. 3 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One last deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, if you came down onto your forearms, igniting through your palms, pushing back up. And then we exhale, framing that foot, sliding that left knee back underneath that left hip if you slid it out. And then exhale. We're going to slowly just take our hips to the back of the room floor. We're folding over that front leg. Your body will tell you when to stop, especially if you have tight hamstrings, ligament, tendons in the back of your legs. This is your pose. Your gaze is at your toes. We try to fold over that front leg. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Staying here, or if you have full splits in your practice, come into your full splits. You can stay here, just slide that right leg out in front of you. You can push to your palms and come into your full splits. Stop when your body tells you to stop. Make sure that weight is evenly distributed. And just taking 2 more breaths if you're in your full split. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. You went to your full split slowly, coming back up, pushing, meeting back into that forward fold, sliding back. And just taking 1 last deep inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, mindfully rocking back up onto the 3 points of contact with that front foot. Taking that right palm on the inside of that right foot, curling up over those left toes. Come up off that left knee. And then push back. Taking that right foot back into your downward dog. Fully push back into your downward dog. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, let's take that left foot up to the top of your mat. Finding your low lunge, stack that knee over that ankle. And slowly dropping down that right knee and tucking those toes. Listening to your body. So if you feel that here, don't go any further, please. Maybe sliding that right knee back so you can open up your hips a little bit more. Again, being mindful of that front knee to not go. Taking that left palm on the inside of that left foot. Maybe coming down onto your forearms, sinking further into your hips. Again, not going off on the side. You want to keep that leg close to your ribcage. Coming down with the forearms. Still maintaining that breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 3 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. You came down onto those forearms. Igniting through those palms. Push them all the way up. And exhale. If you have that knee slid back, slide that knee back underneath your right hip. Framing that left foot. And then slowly, just taking that left hip to the back of the room, lengthening through that front leg. Stop when your body tells you to stop. You want to feel that stretch. You don't want to feel pain. Just taking that seat back. Forward fold over that front leg. Your gaze is at your toes. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Stay here, or if you have full splits in your practice, slowly, mindfully, pushing up to those palms, and taking that right leg out from you, and sliding back into your splits. Again, once you come down to that split, you make sure that weight is evenly distributed between your hips. Taking 2 more breaths in your full splits. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. We inhale mindfully. Come out of that split, pushing back up, sliding, coming back into that forward fold. Taking that gaze to your toes. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale mindfully, rocking back up onto the 3 points contact. Have that left foot in your mouth. Stack that knee over your ankle. Taking that left palm on the inside. We're going to curl up over those right toes, come up off that right knee, and then take that left leg back, slowly pushing back into your downward dog. And just taking 3 breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Coming down to your tabletop. And then exhale, walking those palms back towards your torso, taking those feet out to your side, and then bringing them out in front of you. Again, we're going to come into that boat. So firing up that core, we're going to inhale, rise up our legs. And please find your boat. It doesn't have to be mine. It has to be yours. So if this is good enough for you here, you stay here. You have your palms right here. You can have them out the side. You can lengthen through your legs. You can draw your legs in. And take those breaths. Not dumping into your spine. Have that your bond is engaged, that core. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, if you are extended, slowly bending your knees, coming into this boat. And exhale. You can stay here, or maybe on that next inhale, you reach out only as far as your body will go. Come down. And then exhale back up into that boat. Inhale. Just go a little bit if that's what your body allows. And then exhale back into that boat. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale back into that boat. One more time, you have this inhale, reach and lengthen. And then exhale back into that boat. Taking one last deep inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, take those feet. Bring them in as close to your body as you can get. Round up your spine. Take that forehead down to your knees. Wrap your arms around your legs. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, releasing your ball. And then exhale. I'm going to take those feet out in front of you. Flex into those feet, draw yourself all the way up. On your next inhale, we're going to take that right foot, hinge from your waist, bringing that right foot. And you draw that knee past your torso. Inhale. So don't rock from side to side. We don't force anything. Again, we're just opening up our hips just a little bit more. Inhale. And exhale. Taking in one last deep inhale here. And exhale. So if you feel that here, you go no further. Maybe coming into a compass pose. So what we're going to do here, release that right palm underneath, placing it by your hips. You want to lock that leg over that arm. Taking that left palm on the outside of your right foot. And then inhale, slowly. Extending through that right leg. Stop. If you stop here, that's where your body tells you to stop. You extend through that right leg. Coming into your compass pose. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. On that next inhale, slowly bending that right leg you have extended. Flexing through that foot. And then exhale. Release that right palm up off your mat, taking that right knee, and we're going to come into a baby or a half cow face. So you try to line that right knee over your left. Again, do not force anything. It's over here. That is your pose. Flexing through that right foot, the left foot. Draw yourself all the way up. Inhale. And then on an exhale, slowly start to forward fold. Only go as far as your body will allow. So you feel that stretch back your legs. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Taking 3 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Ignite into those palms, drawing yourself all the way back up. And then exhale, release that right leg out in front of you. Flexing through your feet, drawing yourself all the way back up. On that next inhale, hinge from your waist, taking that left palm, grabbing that left foot, archer's pose, bend that knee, and only bring it as far as your body will allow. And take those breaths, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Stay here if you feel like here. If you want to go a little bit further, you take that right palm, place it onto that left foot, release that left arm underneath. You plant that palm by your hip and lock that leg over your arm. You're still flexing through that foot. Taking that right palm on the outside of that left foot. Maybe on that next inhale, you extend through your left leg, bringing it all the way up and only go again as far as your body will allow. Coming into your archer's pose. Maybe take that gaze up the sky. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale slowly, coming out of your archer's pose or your compass pose. Bend that left leg over that tricep. Releasing that left palm up off your mat, taking that onto your left foot, and then we draw, trying to align our knees, coming into the half cow face. Again, not forcing your knees in alignment. Draw yourself all the way up, take that deep inhale, and then exhale, forward fold. Stop when your body tells you to stop. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Taking 3 more breaths here. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. One last deep inhale, and exhale. Inhale slowly, mindfully coming back up. And then exhale, release that left leg all the way up in front of you. And then inhale, bring those feet. Place them onto your mat. And then on that next inhale, slowly lower yourself down to the mat. Palms can be out to the side. You can use your palms, come down to your mat. And then when you come down to your mat, inhale those knees into your chest, flexing through your feet. Taking those breaths, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, release those legs into that tabletop. Your palms are out the side. Ground your shoulder blades into the mat. And on that exhale, drape those knees over to your left side. Again, the integrity of this posture is keeping that right shoulder blade into the mat. And I try to always end class with this pose. We twist our bodies, we get toxins out of our bodies. Maybe here, close your eyes as you take your gaze over to your right. Still maintaining that breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Take 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. We inhale, take our head or gaze back to the center first. And then exhale, draw those knees back into your chest. Flexing through your toes. Wrapping your arms around your legs. Inhale. Point those toes all the way out. Plantar flexion. Exhale, back up. Inhale, point those toes all the way out. Exhale, back up. Inhale, release those legs and that tabletop, palms out the side, facing up. And then exhale, release your knees over to that right side, not allowing that left shoulder blade to come up. It's twisting from your waist. Maybe close your eyes here as you take your gaze over to your left. So rounding out our practice. So taking in those breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Taking 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, taking your gaze back to the center first. Exhale. Draw those knees into your chest, flexing through your feet, wrapping your arms around your legs, creating that ball of energy. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reaching to those toes of your fingertips, hovering over your mat like a starfish. And then exhale back into your ball of energy, forehead to your knees, wrap your arms around your legs, flex your feet. Inhale, reach and lengthen all the way up. Exhale back into your ball of energy. Inhale all the way up, reach and lengthen. And then 1 more time, exhale back into your ball of energy. Inhale all the way up, palms are facing up. And then exhale slowly. Release into your mat for your Shavasana. Where you release into your mat, melt into your mat. Just take a moment to appreciate what you just asked your body to do. You stay here or come to a fetal position either side. Drawing your knees into your chest and using your opposite arm as pillow. You can stay here or meet me at the top of your mat. In your palm to your heart center. Remember, When life is good, enjoy it and receive it fully. And when life is not so good, remember that that will not last forever, and take from it the lesson. Speak with honesty, think with sincerity, and act with integrity. The light in me honors and recognizes the light in you, and I humbly appreciate you letting me guide you in your practice. Namaste.